Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. A couple of days ago, LEGO revealed the new Ninjago sets for January 2023. I did take a look at these when they were leaked from an instruction manual, but now we've got HD images, so let's go ahead and start with the $10 sets. This is Kai's Ninja Race Car Evo. I actually kind of like this one. Definitely not something I would buy, but this looks like a really great toy, and I like seeing Kai. I almost said car. I like seeing him get something that's less like sleek because I feel like, his blade cycle is very sleek. And I like that this one is kind of so rough and rugged. And honestly, it looks really big for $10. I feel like you're getting a lot of value here, especially with LEGO's price increases. Because, like, throw in another minifigure and maybe a tiny side build, and I would not have been surprised to see LEGO selling this for 20. But honestly, all of the $10 Ninjago sets this wave are pretty great because we've also got Jay's Lightning Jet Evo, and that is another set where when I first saw pictures, I was shocked that this wasn't $20 or at least 15 because I mean, look at how big it is. It's even got 146 pieces. So I actually do like this one. I still don't think I'll pick it up because I'm trying to be more judicious with my purchases since I'm completely running out of space. But I like this. I don't like the color scheme because I do not like the cool yellow used as an accent color for Jay. But the build looks really good and it's a great size, so I think that LEGO knocked it out of the park in that regard. Lloyd's Ninja Street Bike is not quite as interesting to me, although I do like the little shrine build. And the villains in these sets, they do look pretty cool. I like their color scheme. They honestly remind me a little bit of the Stone Army, which were like my favorite Ninjago villains. And I do like that print. No, it's not a print, it's a sticker. Oh my god, but that would have been a really nice print. But yeah, this set. Oh wait, no, it's 4 plus, so that has to be a print. I guess the edge of it just looked a little bit weird to me, but that's interesting. Um, anyway, yeah, like cool set. Looks like a decent value for money. I like that we're still using the old Sword of Fire mold, even though they did introduce a new one in crystallized. And now I guess we should move on to some of the other small sets. I saw, here we go, Nia's Water Dragon Evo. $20, 173 pieces. I really like the head on this one because I think that that's a great print and it looks really good. That's about all that I like. Oh, I mean, this guy has an interesting thing going on the back there with all those like skeleton arms, and those are cool new molds. But yeah, I really do not like these tiny dragons. Like again, like they're cool toys. I'm sure that I would be really into it if I was a kid, but as an adult Ninjago collector, they do not really appeal to me at all. Although I do really like the head molds. I like the head molds a lot, so maybe I'll bricklink those. And I mean, I know I don't really custom build, but maybe I'll try to build my own water dragon. Next up is Lloyd's Mech Battle Evo. This has 223 pieces for $20. And again, I think it looks like a cool set for kids, but not really for me. You guys know I really, really hate the new joint pieces that they've introduced for small mechs. I think they're okay, like in the Ninjago sets. Like I think it really works on the skeleton mech in particular, but they just limit articulation so much, and I feel like they really cheapen like the little mech design, which Lego has pretty much perfected over the last few years. And yeah, I have ranted a lot about it in my newest like Marvel videos, but I mean like it's still cool. Like again, like these sets are for yeah, it's 6 plus. Like I think it's okay. But that just means that they don't really appeal to me at all. I really like this minifigure though, and I like that it's using the Black Panther and like Daredevil horn piece. And then as for other small sets, I think our next smallest one is Cole's Earth Dragon, which you guys know I did like in the leaked images because I think it's got a really cool head, again, like the water dragon, and I really like this new horn mold. I think that's a really interesting look for a dragon. Similarly to the water dragon, I don't really like the body at all, but I think that for both of those, I'm definitely going to bricklink the heads because I'm really, really liking them. I'm a big molded head person in general for animals. And I mean, sometimes for minifigures too. This guy looks cool. I always like it when Lego does like little spider versions of characters. And that is an interesting neck piece to make it look like he's got like some sharp teeth. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, I think that the main body of the dragon is just like kind of small and weak. I also think that this set is not good value. It's $35, and honestly, it looks like a $25 set to me. And I really hate the build for the body there. I didn't think I'd dislike it this much, but I'm just like I hate how like hunched over and like weird it is, and how it's so heavy at the front, and then like so slender at the back, and then like the little wings. Like yeah, that does absolutely nothing for me. So definitely not a set I will buy. Like what is that? Like it just looks like a little like gremlin. I get that you're supposed to like power it up with all those additional pieces, but like, that looks like a larva or something to me. It's just not an attractive appearance for a Lego dragon. Then we've got the Kai's Mech Rider Evo set, which has 312 pieces for $45, and this, like the new Ghost Rider set, is a mech riding a motorcycle. But unlike the Ghost Rider set, I feel like this one does it pretty well. The mech itself looks pretty decent. Um, I think it sits on the bike very well. I actually really like the build for the bike. I like the tires that are used there, and I think that it's a really interesting design. So that's pretty cool. The mech itself looks decent. Again, still the locked joints, but it looks okay. And I think it's really cool that Lego like built this bike for it to sit on. Like that's a very interesting idea. But I think it really works. And this is it in real life. And actually, it's a pretty good size. It is like pretty large. So $45 still no, not really. I feel like this is more of a, let's say, $40 set. It does have four minifigures. Um, but yeah, also not one that I'm going to buy, but I definitely want to see a review of how this works. And now, as we start getting into some of the bigger sets, we are getting into the ones that interest me a little bit more. This is the Creative Ninja Brick Box, 530 pieces for $60. I really liked the builds when I first saw them in the grainy pictures, and I still really like them. They are very simple, of course, but I think that they look really good. And it makes a really nice little like dojo area, but I feel like you could easily repurpose these and make like a whole little village. So I really like this set. I will not be buying it because once again I can't keep buying so many Ninjago sets. But like I really love the two new student characters. I like that. I mean, even like Nia's little motorcycle, like this reminds me of like a bat pod or something. And that's really cute. I love that villain again, like with the interesting like face neck piece. That's the word I'm looking for. Then we've got Kai, and this car even like it doesn't use that many parts, but it doesn't look like a cheap or like bad build. I think that it actually looks kind of interesting. The worst part I think is just like the center column here, just because it's kind of boring. But I mean, like it looks like it's going to function very well, so that's not really anything to complain about. And it looks like there are a ton of cool play features. And because this is a brick box, you get a brick box with the set, which I think it does add to the value because you're not paying $60 just for the pieces. You're also paying for a big storage container, and so you kind of can't overlook that fact. And honestly, these seem to be pretty decently sized builds. Like if these guys were sold individually, I'd assume that they'd be $10 or $15 each. I'm assuming that that would be like at least again $10 or $15. I'm assuming that that would be at least 20 or 30. So throw in like all the accessories and the box itself, and I think that $60 is a fairly good value. And is there like a little interior in here? Not really. It looks like there's just jumpers to put stuff away, which is still nice. Like, it's still nice to have that storage space. That's something that I really appreciate. I hate having little pieces running around my Lego builds, like all the accessories. So I really like it when Lego includes like clips or jumpers like that to store the pieces when they're not in use. Oh, and there's even a little blacksmith area. That looks really cute. And she's wielding Thor's hammer. So yeah, I think that like honestly, like when I was like 11 or 10, this is the set that I would want from this wave. Probably the most, I'd think, because it comes with vehicles, but it also comes with locations, and I've always been a locations kind of person. And next up, we've got, I think, the set that everyone is most excited for, Jay's Titan Mech. This has 794 pieces for $80. And I have come around on this one a little bit. I mean, I liked it when it was revealed, but I wasn't sure if I was going to buy it. And seeing HD images, I'm a lot more tempted. I still can't 100% say for sure I'm going to get it because I did get Lloyd's Titan Mech back in like 2019, and I had really wanted that one after seeing it at a Lego store. And then in person, it really disappointed me. And then I ended up like selling it after just like a month or two because I was like so unhappy with it. And so I don't want the same thing to happen here. That being said, this build looks really good. I love the color scheme. I love like the kind of like anime style like construction here. I really like the way the sword is built up. Just like everything I think looks really cool. I like the villains in this set again. They've got like this kind of like rapid fire flick fire shooter function that I've really loved. Like Lego hasn't used that in years, but it's really nice to see it make a return. Even this guy having a red cow skull like to hold the banners from, that is really really deluxe. I quite like that. And I like that you get Jay and Nia in this set, and also this little like Woo robot, or is that Pixel actually? Interesting. I don't know. Let's check the box and maybe it'll tell me. But yeah, so I'm really impressed with that. Yeah, it says Pixelbot on top. Okay, cool. And yeah, I think that it's a very unique design. Also, I forgot. Yep, it's got like the big shooters up here, and like this excites me in a way that the other core sets don't, and I like that. So because I mean the other core sets, I think again really did not like the ones in 2022, but in 2023, I think that all of these sets are pretty good. They still don't interest me enough to buy them, like especially the smaller ones, but Lego's still going strong with the mechs. And a couple of years ago, I was buying a Ninjago mech. I think I was building like the golden one from like the Legacy line, and I was like, oh, I'm getting so tired of mechs because they're all so repetitive. And like, while I was building that one, I completely changed my mind because it was so cool, and that's really like turned my like opinion around. And so I feel like this one could also be really cool. But like I said, I was really disappointed by Lloyd's Titan mech, so I want to maybe wait for reviews of this one and maybe see it like in person in a Lego store, and then wait to see how I feel about it before I buy it. Finally, the biggest set is Zane's Ice Dragon Creature with 973 pieces. I was also pretty intrigued by this build in the leaked images, and I still think it looks pretty good. I really like the aqua, white, and translight blue color scheme. I don't really love the head though. Out of the three dragons this wave, because we might be getting more over the summer. I was about to say this year. I don't really love the upper piece. Like it's a really cool dual molded piece, but like I feel like it doesn't fit with the lower jaw. I don't like such a heavy look for the ice dragon in the face. Like body wise, I think that it's really interesting, and I love that it has six legs, which is very different from other Ninjago dragons that we've seen. I also really like the wings. I far prefer brick built wings to vinyl or cloth ones. And these do seem a little bit small. Like I feel like they should have three blades rather than two, but they look really good. I love this new blade piece. Like Lego's been rolling out new blade pieces in like every wave of like Ninjago and like Monkey Kid sets, and I really like them because they're really interesting new pieces always. The minifigures here, we get Pixel, who I love to see in sets, and then we get, again, some more of those villains. I feel like you get a bunch of interesting pieces here between the skeleton parts and the red cow skull and like the neck attachment piece. I'm pretty happy with everything, and this is a really nice little side build. It barely uses any pieces, but I mean it serves its purpose and it looks decent, so I'm happy about that. I do want to see the 360-degree video though to get a better like I'm missing the word here to get like a better impression of the dragon's size. Um, I think it looks pretty good. Again, like the six legs really helps, and its body looks to be built up pretty nicely. But I don't know. It's not that I don't think this is worth $100. I kind of just don't want to pay $100 for it. I'm comparing it in my head to the like Golden Ultra Dragon from last summer, which I do think is a fair comparison, and I think that this set does have a lot going for it. Also, I forgot that it can do this. Like you can rebuild it into a mech, which does add a lot of play value. But this isn't a transformation feature. You actually have to just rebuild the whole thing into this, I think. Like let me look at the back of the box. It says two in one, but like I can't really see how it would transform. So yeah, I think that this is like a complete rebuild because yeah, even like the feet are different. And that's cool, but like I definitely preferred transformation. Oh, and like the flying pieces show that it's a rebuild. But like, yeah, when I was like this age buying Ninjago sets, I really liked stuff like the Ultrasonic Raider, which could just split off and kind of transform into a second vehicle, not something you had to entirely rebuild. Also, I think this thing looks a little bit freaky as like a mech. Like it's interesting, but is it like organic? Like is it now like a bipedal dragon without wings? Like it's interesting, but it's just like I think a little bit like freakish. Um, and maybe it's just because I really don't like the head mold. But yeah, so I mean, I think that you get like fair enough value for $100 here, except with the minifigures. 5 minifigures and a $100 set is weak in any theme, but especially a non-licensed one. Lego could have done a lot better. Like I think that we should have at least gotten like two other ninja in this set. Um, but I mean, yeah, like look at that thing. Like it's big. So I think it's okay. But yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on this set. Okay, this thing looks a little bit better here. This thing looks more interesting here to me. Okay, now I'm intrigued. Not intrigued enough to buy it, but this is going to be a hard one to like resist. Like once this goes on sale for like 20-30% off, I'll be tempted, but I've got to remain strong because I do not need another dragon. Although again, like the other dragons, I think we'll at least buy the head molds, just to have them. But yeah, overall, I think that this wave of Ninjago sets is a lot better than the similar wave we got in January of 2022. But I think the only set I can see myself picking up is Lloyd's Titan Mech, and even that one I'm a little bit iffy on. So let me know which set you guys like best in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys in more videos soon. Bye for now.